It's been on the whole time. It's charging.
Cool.
We are live on Facebook and YouTube. Just waiting on Instagram.
What's up,
We are
Facebook?
live
What's up,
on
YouTube?
Instagram.
And we're live. Let some people load on in here. All right. Got the alert. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Mirabella Mindset. James, you got a mic by you?
Yeah, I got a mic. What's going on?
Yeah. What are we chatting about today?
Why you're not getting results?
Why aren't people getting results? Why do you think that is? James?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Not sure. I think it depends on everybody's got a different situation, whether it's not taking action, whether it's
Holy
analysis
shit,
paralysis.
action. Everything's based around action. So a lot of people, they have a lot to say about people who post every single day. They go above and beyond. And a lot of people are jealous for the results other people have, for the actions they're not taking. And I think that as long as you take consistent action, you could achieve almost anything within reason. But for people, like you just said, they get paralyzed. They feel like it's so much work. Like when you look at somebody who has $100 million of net worth, they're probably working less hard than somebody who makes $100,000 a year. I'll be flat out honest with you. And you start projecting yourself and you start projecting how much work it takes and how much you're going to have to sacrifice and how much you're going to have to give up. And you kind of you talk yourself out of being successful. And you look at the salon owner and you start comparing, different things and qualities about that person because, oh, they're just greedy. They're robbing their staff. They do things the wrong way. And you start kind of like talking yourself out of wanting to be successful, and you don't achieve it because you don't want to be compared to that person. And you start looking at other people and you start giving yourself excuses of why you don't want to have that success. When in reality, if it's something that you really do want, why would you want to limit yourself? Like, why would you want to dim your own light? And I feel like so many people, they start making comparisons to people who have the things they want, and they start noticing little details about who they are and their character. And then they start making these associations of becoming that person if they attain that kind of success or they have these kind of results. And if you do that, you're going to self-sabotage and you're never going to really step into your true potential because you feel that by you achieving that result, you're going to be compared to this person. And that's just a mindset issue. And so many people do that. And that's not the case. Like you can be whoever you want to be at any level. And so when you attain a certain level of success, people are going to start comparing you, and people may start bringing you down. They might start trying to like, come at you. They might start saying, especially if you say you're the best hairstylist in whatever, Fairfield, New Jersey, you're the best salon, the best colors, the best extension artist. And when you have this greatness, when you say you're so great at something, there's going to be somebody who disagrees with you, obviously. And then what happens is they either leave you a nasty comment, they leave you a bad review, and then you get in your own head again, and then you get that imposter syndrome, and then it's like, maybe I'm not the best, maybe I'm not so good. And what needs to be true in your life so you can confidently say you're the best at whatever it is that you're doing? And do that. Make that a reality. So the results that you're not getting, what are the actions that you're taking? Is it not working? Is it not working yet? So many people try something, don't achieve the results or don't get the results that they want, and then give up. The people who have the results and the success that is admirable are the people who do the same thing every day consistently. They show up every day. When they're able to sacrifice every single day and not seeing the results, not seeing things play out the way they want them to, but they know that they show up every single day, they will achieve the goal that they want. And so it's important that you understand that the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is the fact that the successful people can show up every single day, not expecting the result. It's just who they are. No matter what, they're going to show up for their clients. They're going to show up for their community they're building. They're going to show up for their followers. They just show up. And so if you were to show up every single day Think of this year, for example. You probably started the year with goals. Right now, it's almost October. January was 10 months ago, and you had goals you set for yourself that you're going to accomplish this year. Did you accomplish all of them? Or are you on your way to accomplish all of them? Typically, you probably gave up by the second week in January. Like, you're going to quit smoking, you're going to eat right, you're going to get the body of your dreams, you're going to build the business and the career. Did you follow through with any of it? And the year's not over yet, so you can still finish the year strong. But why? Why didn't you follow through? Like, you work out for 2 weeks, you didn't get the body you wanted, so you give up. You said you're going to post social media content on a daily basis or more consistently, and then you post it consistently for a couple days, and then you didn't get the results that you wanted, so then you give up. What's the story you're telling yourself that you're justifying that it's okay to give up and not keep on going? Stop telling yourself that story. It's time to commit to the goal. Commit to the person who you need to become in order to make that goal a reality for you. The problem is you're just committing to that short-term goal, that thing that you want. And you're not really committing to the person you need to be, who you need to transform to in order to make that a reality for you. So it's important that you make the commitment to your future self, to the person you need to become in order to make that a reality. It's not about just posting every day on social media. It's about just becoming a person who produces content every day. It's not about the person who leads his team to be the most successful salon in the area, right? I'm sorry. It's not the person who has the $1 million salon. It's the person who can lead his team every single day so they can help build that $1 million salon. So what are you going to sacrifice? What are you going to give up? Because you can't keep living the life the way it is right now if you're not in a place that you're happy, that you don't like the results. So what are the results that you want? Get clear on them. A lot of people don't even know what they want. They just wake up every single day and they just put one foot in front of the other and they just kind of live their life heading in no direction. And then they get home at the end of the day and they feel unfulfilled. They have no passion. They feel lonely. They feel discouraged. And they're just living a plain, ordinary life that doesn't excite them. Because at some point in their life, someone told them that it was too hard to achieve this big, great dream. And somebody somewhere is achieving that dream. Why not you? So today's call or today's podcast, James, we're going to open up some Q&A. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to jump into the chat here.
We got some questions,
but let's jump in, James. What do we got?
Hold on, let me scroll up. Make sure I get all of them. Lots of good mornings.
Good morning.
Why do JB does hair? Why do people self-sabotage?
They self-sabotage. Typically, I feel people self-sabotage because of a negative belief around the goal. So if you grew up your whole life and your father was like, oh, rich people are evil, rich people are greedy, rich people always screw somebody over. And you have this, I'm using money for the example right now. And you have this idea of what it's like to be wealthy and screw people over. If that's not part of your identity, if you don't want to be compared to that type of person, then you'll almost self-sabotage yourself from getting success because you don't want to be compared to that type of person. So in your mind, having money means you had to screw somebody over. So you're going to do everything in your power not to be compared to that type of person, which also includes you not having a lot of money. You might self-sabotage because of a belief of what it's like to have a healthy body. Oh, I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I got to work it every day. And you may hate working out. And so you just pick the opposite of what it is that you're trying to attain because you don't want to have that goal because you don't want to sacrifice all those things. People self-sabotage for many reasons. But typically it has to do with a negative belief around the goal. And you don't want to be compared to that type of person. James.
We got, okay. I thought we had more questions.
Cool.
Jen Rose Pringle. What if it's not seeing results, but getting overwhelmed by the results?
So it's not about not seeing the results. You're getting overwhelmed by the actions you think you need to take to achieve the results. So I want you to ask yourself, what needs to be true in your life and who you need to be in order to achieve the results and not feel overwhelmed? What actions, what skills, what do you need to have in your arsenal of tools? So if let's say posting social media every day is overwhelming because you got to create the content, then you got to have the script, you got to film it, you got to edit it, then you got to find time to post it, and then you got to deal with people not liking it or liking it. You're creating too many steps. All you need to do is put your camera on and just speak to the phone and post it. Don't get crazy. Chunk things down. People get overwhelmed not at the results, at the actions they think they need to take to achieve the results. That's pretty much it. So, how can you simplify it? Typically, entrepreneurs have a very, very complex structure in their brain of how things should happen and how success looks to them. And in their brain, they think they have to do this in order to do that. In order to do this, they have to get that. They have to go here in order to go here, and they create this complex system. All you need to do is take the fastest route from point A to point B in the most simplest way. But a lot of times, it's too simple for you. So many people see success as this complex thing, like I just said, when in reality, the people who achieve success do it the most simplest way. So that's why you feel overwhelmed, because in your mind, you told yourself it can't be this easy. It has to be hard. And you've been lied to. Success is easy. It's a lot of work, but it's easy. You got to do the basic stuff consistently. That's it. And you don't stop till you get there. Now, every now and then you might have to pivot a little bit or go around an obstacle, but the obstacle is the opportunity that's going to help you get to your success faster. You don't get to the obstacle and stop and go the other way, because what's going to happen is you're going to start a new thing, get to a certain point, get to an obstacle, and then you're going to get there and be like, "Oh shit, this is hard. Let me try something else." So just get really good at being consistent, at showing up and mastering the basics, doing the basic stuff, the boring stuff every single day until you get to the goal that you want. James?
Um, couple more.
Cool.
We got. Do we need to worry about hashtags to be found more?
I would do like 3 or 4 hashtags, no more than 5. Hashtags just give the post context for Instagram to show it to the audience that likes those types of hashtags. It's good for your non-follower content. But what's most important about your Instagram, we're talking Instagram here, I'm hoping, is the quality of your caption. How many keywords are in there? Make it keyword rich. So Google can crawl your Instagram posts and also find those posts to serve them to people organically. So just post hashtags about who your ideal customer is or what that post is about. And I like keeping the hashtags consistent. James?
I always like putting the hashtags in the comments and then liking that. That also
Post.
boosts you in the algorithm. Um, what if you as a stylist is showing up, but the owner isn't? What would you do? That is Tina Marie Elite Hair.
Yeah. Did you have a conversation with the owner yet and ask them why they're not showing up? One of the cool things I like to do for my team is I ask them how I could show up for them better. And then I tell them how they could show up for me better. And I had that conversation. So if your owner isn't showing up for you, maybe it's time for you to show up for yourself and get out of that salon. That's a conversation you have to have with yourself. Because if he's able to pay the bills or she's able to pay the bills, why can't you do it? Why can't you own the salon? So I would have the conversation with them, tell them how you feel, tell them how you need them to show up for you so you can show up for them better. Make sure that conversation's win-win. And then the honest answer is, maybe this is a sign that you need to open your own salon. Show up for yourself.
She said, "Thank you." We got a
Welcome.
lot of people in the chat today. Who's going to be the first person to call in to the show? Like, the link is there. Who's going to click that link and come hang out for a minute?
Guys, any more questions?
No, I don't got any more questions.
Cool. Yeah, results are just simply a reflection of the activities that you're doing and if they're the right activities. So if your goal is to make $200,000 a year, you're going to achieve it by consistent action. But if the action you're taking is only going to help you get to $50,000 a year, then you're taking the wrong action. That's why it's important to have a target and make your target so big. So a lot of people want to make 100 grand a year. You have to work just as hard to make 100 grand a year as you do 200 grand a year. So set your sights on a larger target. Set it on 200,000 a year, because when the obstacles come up or the things happen in your life, you're going to look at them very differently if your goal is 100 or 200. So it's going to change your decisions that you're making. The amount of work you need to do is the same. The type of decisions you make are much different. So I want you guys, when you're creating these goals for yourself, make sure they're uncomfortable. Make sure they make you like a little uneasy and a little scared, because that's going to change how much and what you're doing. So you have to work just as hard. If you're going to fall short of making 100 grand a year, why not fall short of making 200 grand a year and hit 180? Does that make sense, guys? So set your goals big, because there's somebody out there in the world who's making $1 million a year doing hair. There's plenty of celebrity stylists. Why can't that be you? Why can't that be you? There's plenty of people out there who own salons that are doing 5 million a year, 10 million a year in revenue. Why can't that be you? Why can't you make 200,000 a year? There's barbers that charge $100 a haircut. Why not you? So don't be mad at the people who have the results you don't have for the work you're not doing. The results you don't have is a direct reflection of the actions you're not taking. So it's time to really set your goals, and then from there, work backwards to where you are now and figure out what actions you have to take and what skills you need. A lot of times you just want the skills to get there. I'm not talking just haircutting skills. I'm talking marketing skills. So what needs to be true in your life to make that goal a reality and learn the skills to bridge the gap? So if you guys want more help with that, DM me the word grow, and I'll help you with the skills that you need to get to the level that you want. But James,
We got actually Debbie Zolo over in YouTube. I would like to let you know the newest member that just got relicensed back on my team for the second round is the one that referred me to you. So if you're not following on YouTube, I could do this cool thing with the questions and put them on the actual show.
nice.
So if you want to go and watch on YouTube and get your questions brought up, you can do that as well if you don't want to click the link. Then we got Yashida, the hair witch. I hope I pronounced that right. How many posts a day should I be posting on Instagram?
How many posts a day do you want to post? I believe in posting every day and showing up for your clients. I would post one time a day on your feed, and then as many stories as you need to post. Like, tell the story. I believe in posting. Actually, I would like to do 2 or 3 posts a day, to be honest with you. It could hurt your engagement per post, but that also could be very overbearing. It depends on what your goal is. But if you're posting just to acquire more clients in the salon, once a day on your feed is perfect. And then as many stories as is deemed necessary. I would say like 3 stories a day. Like, could be an outfit of the day in your stories. It could be you mixing color. It could be a tip. It could be a sunrise or a morning, like a morning motivational post. Your stories are important, so make sure you're consistent. And obviously your wall is too. So what happens when you post and you show up every single day? It's just a reflection of how consistent you are and how you show up as a person and as a stylist. And that builds trust with a potential client to make a decision to choose you as their hairstylist. So if you could show up every day and treat this like a profession, like as a professional, this is part of your business now, producing content, it's free, you're going to grow your business. So a lot of people tell you to post once a week or you don't have to post. You don't have to post. What are your goals? Like, how much money do you want to make out of this career? How much attention do you want to have? What is the the reason why you have an Instagram? It's a tool in your marketing. So what do you want to do with that tool? Do you want to collect more attention? Do you want to get more clients? And then on the other side of that question gives you the answer of how many times you should post every day. Any more, James?
Yes, we have Jen Pringles following up on our previous questions about being overwhelmed by the results. She said,
Sure.
post isn't the issues, but responding to the content is overwhelming.
So just respond when you can. You don't have to respond to every single question. You can hire someone from Upwork to take that workload off you too. I don't answer emails anymore. Somebody else does that for me. So I like to answer my comments, but if I don't get to them, I don't get to them. It's not the end of the world. I do my best to get to what I can get to, and if I don't, I don't. It's not that serious. So don't make it that serious. You do your best, and that's it. You can't do any better than your best. So there's no need to get overwhelmed. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed because you know you can do better, that's different. But I would go to Upwork.com. I would find someone for $4 to $5 an hour, maybe $3 to $7 an hour, and just have them go through your comments on your Instagram or go through your posts and have them answer it. Now, if it's messages, right? If you're feeling overwhelmed with the amount of messages you're getting to book appointments, then definitely hire a person on Upwork to handle your messages, and they can book appointments for you from there. Let me know if that helps. James?
Izzy 55. I was working with an owner stylist from Lebanon. He charges men's haircuts $100 and women's as well, but he's working was so perfect. I don't know what she's trying to say.
Make your work perfect too, and then you could charge $100.
Yep. She said messages. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So Upwork is where you want to go. Hire a social media helper, like a virtual assistant, and they'll assist you in that. Here's one thing I teach in my program. I'll give you that free advice right now. It's called the camcorder method. Film yourself using your phone, entering messages, and so you can show them how you want it done. Film yourself on your computer, booking an appointment and how you want that done. You do a voiceover or you do a screen recording with Google Meet or Zoom. You make a video, you give it to that person you hire so they have a lesson to teach them how to do it. They can always refer back to if they have questions, so they're not bothering you, wasting your time with the same questions you talked about in the video. If you really want to scale that up, DM me and we'll talk about how I can help you scale that up. But that's just exactly what you do. You take the thing, you create a little SOP for it, and you pass it off to somebody else and have them handle it. It's called buying back your time. James.
I don't have any other questions.
Awesome. Guys, thanks for tuning in today. If you have any questions, tune in tomorrow. I think we have a guest we're doing next Wednesday, I think it is. So this week's just gonna be me.
Well, it's Thursday.
No guest. And then I'll see you guys later.